the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise, the morning coffee show in the shell. All that fun jazz. We got MTG Hillbilly Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf.
And kjcowboydan. Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all be good heads out there.
That's right. Man, I'm so tired. You have no idea. After this show, I'm taking a nap.
What's a nap?
That's where you close your eyes and fall asleep for a bit. But I gotta make sure dinner's done too at that time. But we're doing simple dinner. We're making brats.
Ooh.
Yeah. So how you guys doing this morning? It's chat and chill day because I didn't have time to put together anything.
Doing pretty good. I see you ain't home today.
Yep. I'm dog sitting. We got a dog over there. We got a dog over there. Got a dog upstairs. Dogs.
So, do you take time turns sitting on the dogs? Like you'll sit on the smallest dog first, and if the smallest dog survives, you go to the larger dog. How's that work?
Well, first of all, you have to have a saddle, and you equip it to the puppers. Then you sit on the saddle and see if you can go anywhere. And once you get success, you know you've officially got done dog sitting. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I typically didn't realize that sitting on the dog required a saddle. I knew I'd been doing it wrong all this time.
Right.
Well, you come to my house, KJ, and I'll let you dog sit on my two dogs. I got the saddle already made for you. Your jar will fit right down on that saddle, and you won't fall off.
All right, strap it down good though, because I don't want you throwing a ball and having me fall off the saddle when he goes after that.
You won't fall off.
I have so many questions. Like, you have a saddle that's perfectly fitted to kjcowboydan.
Yeah.
Have you been looking at his legs and measuring them and stuff?
Oh, it goes on the dog. Then he put the jar in it.
Twiddler, what's up?
What's up, Twiddler?
Twiddler. Well, no, you said it perfectly fits KJ. How would you know? Like, I won't lie. I never met KJ in person to know if he's a tall, gangly man or someone big and fat like me.
I'm just a head in the jar, standard size jar. Miracle Whip, large Costco size.
Yep. And plus, not only that, he even helped me out. KJ even helped me out. He sent me the measurements of his jar so I can make that saddle just to go on the dog and for him to sit on its saddle.
That's funny. Saddle. So what are you gonna do to make everything spell proof?
Well, you put a lid on it.
Right? Are you gonna boil it so seals and caps like when you jar a can of jam?
That's a good idea.
Kid. So many questions. You can tell my brain's kind of off in La La Land. Anyone going to Atlantic MagicCon? No, I'm not.
Me neither. Wish I could go one of these Magic Cons one of these days. Just ain't got the money, and dang, blanket those dang on cons are expensive.
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Hillbilly says we have 2 pretty pink saddles for you, KJ.
Oh, we like pink. Pink. Real men ride saddles that are pink.
It's funny. That's funny. Saddles. Saddle up.
Oh, 7. Hello.
Yeah. So how you guys doing this morning? How you doing in chat? How are you guys going and flowing? Any funny news happened today for you guys?
Not really.
Well, I have been making some AI cartoons with my character.
Yep.
And I'm working on putting together a opening sequence for when I go live, where I am abducted by a UFO.
Oh.
And I find myself in a space battle. That's what I've gotten so far. And also, I also made one where somebody's using my jar as a fishing hole.
Fishing hole. Whoop, whoop.
I believe I sent those to Tortoise. Maybe I'll upload them to the Discord server later.
You sent the fishing bowl one where fish come out from under your head. Then you sent me the FO one. We got
I made a series of the UFOs. Oh, sorry.
So we got Cane Checker in chat. What's up, Cane Checker?
Cane Checker.
This is my cable and internet is back up. Fingers crossed. So I'm back. Woo woo.
All right.
I don't know how appropriate that is.
Hey, you know what? Chaps are very appropriate. Motorcycle riders use them all the time. Cowboys use chaps. There's nothing inappropriate about chaps.
Oh no,
True.
but he particularly used one that you hear in Dirty Jokes.
Yeah.
Just finished a great breakfast. If you haven't tried this, you should try putting Pillsbury croissant dough in a waffle maker. Croissant waffles make virtually no setup nor cleanup. Nice.
Yeah.
Ryan has won my Spirit Animal of the Day award.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, he's sitting on dogs, Cane Checker.
Hey, dog sitting. Yep, I'm dog sitting all right. Like, I was surprised with the information last night that we're dog sitting at 5:30 in the morning. We had to wait till later. We had to wait till 9 o'clock because we had a grocery order coming in. Because we thought the order was going to be till like after the live that was going to move over. We had to move over before the live, so we got a chat and chill. Because we're chatting and chilling while dog sitting. It's even better. You can put cooked bacon between layers and make stuffed croissant waffles. Nice.
Mm-hmm. I've done crazy stuff like that. I mean, stuff that you didn't think of to eat, and it actually turns out pretty dang good.
I got in trouble at a hotel. You know how you can make your own waffles at hotels?
Yeah.
And they usually have that continental breakfast. Some of the hotels have like bacon and eggs put out, and others just have cereal. And but this one had bacon and eggs and a waffle iron. And I remember I put bacon inside the waffle iron with the waffle stuff, and they got mad at me.
Ooh. You know, next time you should just cook a couple waffles and make a waffle sandwich with bacon and eggs in it.
Yep.
Time capsule. Time capsule.
I've actually cooked eggs in a waffle iron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cooked eggs in a waffle iron. Time capsule. Got a time. How you doing today? Chilling. Woo.
What's up, Time Capsule?
Oh, man. So I heard Loki's making a comeback in Marvel.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston is he's got more stuff going on. From what I understand, he renegotiated his contract and they got like new stuff that he's going to be a main part of the multiversal storyline. They're going to definitely go with this timekeeper Loki.
Nice. Very interesting. Because they already spoiled that Thor is going to go away. They're like, Thor not going to survive the Doctor Doom series. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Like, why are you telling me this now? Couldn't I just be surprised when I watch the movie?
Because Chris Hemsworth, he's just like Jeremy Renner and a few other people. He's upset about getting price cuts in his pay, and he refused to renegotiate his contract. And so Thor will not be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe until they recast him. Or until they renegotiate the contract the way Disney wants it.
Well, maybe Disney just can't afford such actors anymore.
Oh, they can afford it, even if they say they can't.
Yeah. I mean, we get used to talking about Disney and Marvel. We get so used to seeing these iconic characters with these actors. Just like when you think about Wolverine, who do you think about? Hugh Jackman. When you think about Thor, you think about that actor. They are so I mean, even if you see those actors out in public, you would still consider them to be the actual character. Because we're so used to seeing them.
Time Capsule says when you say Wolverine, he thinks of Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Height accurate Wolverine.
But anyway, them recasting these characters, I myself don't think it'd be a good thing. But I understand why they want to, because of the money, but I still don't think it'd be a good thing.
Kenny Checker says Chris and his brother are too busy making Ray-Ban commercials.
That's funny. Mark Hamill actually voiced Wolverine in one of the cartoons.
He's done a lot of voice acting.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who voiced Wolverine. One of my favorite actors to have, if in cartoon, to have voiced Wolverine is a gentleman named Raikea Kayoma. He's voiced Wolverine for the anime series Wolverine that was produced in Japan. It was a pretty good series. Also, Cal Dodd, if you guys remember Cal Dodd, he was the voice in the 1990s animated X-Men series, which they brought back on Disney Plus with X-Men 97. Cal Dodd. That's who I think of, though. When I think of Wolverine, Cal Dodd is the voice that comes to mind.
I mean, animated, yes. I'm talking about live action.
Well, only one person's ever played Wolverine in live action, so it's not really a fair comparison to any Wolverine. If you're saying favorite Wolverine, only one Wolverine has been played in live action.
I'm just saying that if they recast Wolverine, you never know when they're going to recast these characters.
That's not exactly true. Henry Cavill's played Wolverine.
Yeah, but come on, cameos don't count. Cameos don't count.
That's right.
Cameos don't count. Cameos are just an overglorified. Let's pat an actor on the back and pay him an outrageous amount of money just to be there. Well, yeah, okay. Technically, he played Wolverine in that case scenario. You got an SNL clip where what's his name? From Harry Potter played Wolverine in an SNL clip based off of the fan requests of the guy who played Harry Potter. Wanted all the fans wanted him to be Wolverine, and so he did it on an SNL skit. But I don't know. If there's fan casting for Wolverine, they need to do somebody who's actually 5'7", not 6'2". They probably be a good idea to actually get a Canadian in the role.
Right. Time capsule says, I hear they recast Ellie in The Last of Us and went with the Snow White actress.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Oh well.
And Sonic Chew Scoop says, what up, pimps?
What up, Scuba Chew?
Well, I didn't know Dan had a job.
Well, you know.
The heck happened? Yeah, there you go. And let's see, KJ says Mark Hamill was one awesome animated Joker voice. That's right.
You know, Mark Hamill was probably the best voice to voice the Joker. Movie-wise, best Joker is an opinionated role, but Jack all the way. I wasn't a big fan of the Dark Knight series Joker.
Blasphemy.
I wasn't, but my all-time favorite Joker has to be the 1960s Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero. There was a lot of classic characters back then. They overplayed and overchummed their roles. It was good.
Yep.
You know, like the Penguin took up the habitual behaviors of a penguin. The Riddler was always trying to make new riddles and use riddles against the bat. Yeah, they did some weird things. The Sphinx guy, the Pharaoh guy, that was interesting. When they did Mr. Freeze, that was interesting. Like they always chummed it up, and Cesar Romero did fine. This him. I mean, where else are you going to get a Batman with shark repellent?
It's true. It's true. Two thoughts. You brought up two thoughts. First of all, I just wanted to mention that that Cesar Romero, other than the comic books and other than the Scooby-Doo cartoons, Cesar Romero was the only Joker who had a Joker mobile.
Oh.
Now, in the Batman '89, Joker's gang had cars that were painted up in Joker colors, but they didn't have all the toys and everything that Joker's car had in the 1960s TV series. And that car was only featured once in the entire 3-season run of the 1960s Batman series.
Ooh.
And it was called the Joker Mobile.
Heath Ledger, he was a good Joker.
I like his interpretation of the Joker, but they're like the way I look at it, like with the multiverse, you just have people who do good versions of their Joker. Bad Manners, what's up?
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Bad Manners. Heath Ledger did do a good Joker. I liked the character that they put across. It just wasn't the Joker for me. Like, he was less jokey and just more crazed homicidal maniac. And the Joker in the comics, up until the 90s, when they started going dark, the Joker was less just homicidal maniac and literally like practical jokes as his crimes. Right. And that just became not a thing with Heath Ledger's Joker. He just thought he was funny. His character thought himself was funny, but there wasn't any of the jokes that the Joker was famous for. And I think it's campy, but Batman's supposed to be campy. I mean, if you've read the comic books.
Backwoods Collector, hello. Planting those trees so you don't have to. Well, yeah. Well, I like a good interpretation because, there are people who are Jack Nicholson Joker fans. There are people who are Heath Ledger fans. There are people who actually like the weird version from what's his face, the singer in the later movies. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was in the he played the Joker in one of the end credit scenes of the Justice League movies, and he played also Joker in the post-apocalyptic scene in the Batman franchise as well with the
Jared Leto. Yes,
Jared Leto.
Thank you, Madam Time Capsule. And yeah, Jared Leto. Like some people actually like that version of the Joker.
You know, Jared Leto was only the worst because he wasn't given a shot at legitimately playing the Joker. He was put down towards cameo sequences and cut scenes. So Leto didn't get a good shot. And when they put him in the Harley Quinn movie, it was very limited to once again cut scenes.
Right, right. Kjc says, "Okay, everybody, who's your favorite Batman?"
Oh Lord, there's been so many.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to stick traditionally. I'm a comic book fan all the way, and Adam West has always hit that traditional Batman feel. And it's the way he portrayed Batman and Bruce Wayne. Like, I imagine, like, when it comes down to the best Batman, it has to go with the Adam West for the Bruce Wayne aspect. But then again, once again, I'm particular to the Batman 89 that brought in that Jim Lee comic book feel when they started slowly removing the camp. And as Batman himself, Michael Keaton.
And my favorite Batman is Kevin Conroy's.
I gotta say, Michael Keaton is my favorite.
Kevin Conroy is my favorite for voice acting Batman, absolutely. And Kevin Conroy was also played Bruce Wayne in the Batwoman TV series. And it was his one of two appearances as Bruce Wayne in the Batman's TV series as a live actor.
Yeah. Kjc says his is Christian Bale, and is it Christian Bale or Michael Bale? Yeah, it's
Christian Bale. Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. I liked his Batman. Well, to me, one of the best versions of Batman that we had. But also, he was a different variant of Batman. Like, because like most Batman stories, like they used to be where Alfred helped make his equipment and stuff. And this one, they did a whole tech company.
Well, with that storyline, they when Alfred was making the equipment and whatnot, when you saw him helping out with that stuff, they had to add to the storyline because they had cut characters. Like Fox was in the original comic book series. You know, Fox was in the comic book series back in the 70s. He wasn't there since the 60s, but he made his first appearance in the 70s, and then they brought him back in a little bit more of a regular reoccurring character as Bruce Wayne's tech person who knew of the secret identity. Batman has a hard time keeping his identity secret.
That's funny. Time Capsule's like, no one mentions Affleck or Pattinson. Pattinson did a better. Patterson, the vampire kid, he did a better job than Affleck as Batman.
All right, Patterson. He the storyline that they did with Patterson was a storyline that they had back when Batman was serialized, back in the days of watching 5-minute clips before a movie, and that is the version of Batman that Patterson did, and I think it was a great version of the Bat. If you're wanting to go back to that Batman Year One concept, which I think that they could have done better on, but it was a good take on the Batman, especially the 1940s serialized Batman that they had at the time, and doing a remake of that particular Batman. It hit home for me in a certain nostalgic feel. They should have given it a little bit more character build and a little bit more story arc. It just seemed like it gave not enough character build. You didn't understand Patterson's Batman as a person. You know, you go in there and you're given the premise and then you're given the action. And you know, I liked also the fact that with Patterson's Batman, they didn't have to go overboard with a tumbler or, as much as the Batmobile's classic, originally the Batmobile was just a car that he drove around.
Oh yeah, with a paint can for an exhaust engine.
Yep.
Or an exhaust pipe. I watched the documentary how they built the original Batmobile. Well, it was like a guy talking about how he created the Batmobile, and that little part in the flame back was a paint can that was repurposed for the flame part. I thought it was fun. Yeah, I'm talking about the 1960s Batmobile, by the way, which
Yeah.
I think is the slickest and best design of a Batmobile till today.
It is actually. It is one of the most classic cars in George Barris, who created the Batmobile, the 1960s Batmobile, out of a Lincoln Futura concept car. I mean, literally, like.
KJ, why are you yelling at me?
I'm yelling?
Yeah. Your avatar is yelling at me. He's frowning. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I'm just getting a little excited here. Well, George Barris, who designed and built the 1960s Batmobile, right? He used a 1955 Lincoln Futura concept car. Now, think about it. They don't make too many concept cars. And the fact that Lincoln donated a bunch of concept cars for them to build. I mean, there was like 5 different Batmobiles in 3 seasons just to do different scenes. One that was just a gutted out thing that was on a trailer. The other one that actively drove, and they filmed all the scenes, those cut scenes where the Batmobile was driving in one month, and then they reuse those scenes for 3 seasons and 1 movie. And the George Barris Batmobile is probably the most iconic Batmobile over the 1989 Batman. More people will remember that from that look from cartoon to film.
That's right. It's true. Time Capsule said Catwoman and Batman were instantly a thing, and it was weird. He's talking about the Patterson movie.
Yep.
Pattinson. Barris made a lot of amazing cars.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that you know that.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
While the Batmobile is one of my favorite comic book vehicles brought to real life, there is no car that beats Herman Munster's Dragula.
Herman Munster's car.
Herman Munster's Dragula is probably the most iconic, in my opinion, over even the Batmobile. And that car, that Dragula, so iconic that music was made because of it. Rob Zombie wrote a song over a car that he saw in a black and white feature.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Cane Shaker. Yeah, it was Grandpa's car, but Herman Munster drove it around most of the time. Every time you saw it,
Grandpa,
and he also raced it multiple times. Twice. He raced it twice. Once in an episode and once in a movie.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of concept car anymore. Well, nowadays, the concept cars they design like that. They scrap right away. They don't make a series out of it. They're like, oh, this is a cool effect. I mean, the coolest Batmobile in function has to be from the Michael Bell, Christian Bell series.
You like the Tumbler? Not a big fan of the Tumbler.
The Tumbler, which turned into the bike. Yeah.
Yeah. While a lot of people like it, it's badass. It's a tank. Who can beat a tank, right? I remember having this debate with a few people when the Tumbler was introduced. It's badass. It's a tank. It's not some sort of weird comic book creation. It looks like what you'd imagine like a billionaire to own. Who's gonna not question? Okay, let's see. there's only 4 of these vehicles in existence, most likely made for government tech. So let's see. Absolutely, Bruce Wayne would have had to sold it to somebody. United States government won't let military grade tech into civilian hands, which most likely meant production of that would have been very limited, and most likely the Tumbler wouldn't even have been allowed to have a replica of itself in the hands of Bruce Wayne, let alone anything else, because it would be considered a weapon, a military grade weapon. Oh,
Well, let's be fair. In any continuity of Batman, anybody could have guessed Bruce Wayne could have been the Batman just as a shot in the dark, because any of the Batmobiles, a millionaire would have to be able to buy it.
That and all the gadgets.
right. Well, that's alone. That's the thing alone. Unlike Iron Man, where Tony Stark goes out and says, "I am Iron Man," Bruce Wayne does not say who he is, but yet everybody knows. Everybody knows. The Joker knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. The Joker knows this. The Joker doesn't care. He thinks that Batman is his best friend. That's the lore of the Joker and Batman. So he ignores the secret identity of Bruce Wayne and Batman, but he knows. And Catwoman finds out within minutes. If you're reading the comic books, it's like a whole page where Catwoman just puts 2 and 2 together within 6 frames of a comic book that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Now, forget about the fact that he's bad at keeping a secret with every single woman that's out there. Vicky Vale finds out, and a bunch of other people find out that Bruce Wayne's Batman. Fox finds out, a kid finds out he's Batman and become multiple kids, mind you, find out he's Batman and become multiple Robins because he can't keep his secret. Now mix the Tumbler into the thing, a military grade weapon made and designed by the military. And there's only so many of them made. It's going to be easy to track down. Okay, well, if it's not Bruce Wayne, he knows who he sold that to. And, Bruce Wayne is now an accessory to a vigilante. And yes, Time Capsule, one of the greatest cars in existence is a Green Hornet car. But as a film car, it looks like a regular car.
Hold on.
That's the best thing about that. Is the best thing about that is the car from the Green Hornet. Absolutely.
Yeah, and what about the Super? And Kane Shucker saying, "What about Superman Clark Kent? A pair of glasses hides his identity." I know, I do find that kind of crazy.
I don't.
Just a pair of glasses. I mean,
think about it. Think about this. Have you seen yourself walk by ever? Somebody who looks like you, kinda, or like there's people who say that they've seen me, and I haven't been back to California in over 14 years, but people swear up and down they saw me.
I mean, everybody's got a doppelganger out there.
Yeah, you got a doppelganger out there. I mean, what are the odds that your doppelganger's living in the same city?
True.
That's
I could even tell you a story about a doppelganger.
Right.
Because one time I was driving down in Texas, I see my uncle down there. And got to find, but it wasn't my uncle. But the guy, same height, same facial features, same beard, everything, just like my uncle looked.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with this whole Superman Clark Kent thing, there could be the whole time capsule, probably an unwritten power that's not in the written lore about him being able to do mind things. But the actual lore for Superman is that people don't notice because, and it's a plot point in several of the comic book issues that they did is that people don't notice things that they don't see right in front of them. They see Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter.
Right.
You know, he puts on his hat, his reporter hat, and his reporter glasses, and dresses a certain way. Now, people are distracted. You got a man in tights wearing his underwear outside of his thing and a cape flying around. You're not going to be looking at, oh, you know what? This guy has the same face as that reporter that I only read his stuff. You know, in the long run, he's just a reporter. Most people don't. If you read the newspaper, you're not seeing the face of the reporter. Now, maybe Lois Lane, but then again, there's always some thing that wipes away Lois Lane's memory when she finds out who he is. It's always, okay, Superman turns back time, or there is a Kryptonian mine erase device, and these things. And I think that when it comes down to Lois Lane not knowing who Superman is, I think it's just because she's too, she doesn't care about Clark. First of all, Lois doesn't care about Clark. He's just a coworker that she tries to avoid unless she has to go out on a report with him. Right. So, like,
I just want to say, what's up, Wiz, Little Wiz? And we done talked about the Joker, though. Not trying to ignore you there.
Yeah.
Everybody chose different Jokers. Jokers. So it leaves the best Joker is up for you to decide. But yeah, I do think that, like, the whole thing about the Superman, though, is that people don't pay attention. Especially, how often do you read the newspaper and go, yeah, you know, this is what that guy looks like, unless they have a picture of the reporter next to the article, which they don't always have.
Well, true. They used to have the pictures of the reporters in the newspapers, but
not always.
No, not always. I mean, last time I picked up a newspaper and looked at it, there was no pictures in it.
Yeah.
Not of the reporters.
Is there a subtle hypnotism going on in comic books? I believe that there is, certain aspects of hypnotism. Most likely, though, in Superman's case, it's the power of suggestion, which can be a form of hypnotism if you think about it, because he's suggesting that he's somebody else when he changes costume. He's distracting you from who he is in regular life by wearing a flamboyant costume with his underwear on top and a cape and a big old S, distracting you from his face. Now think about Superman's costume. And for those people who are fighting Superman, they see guy in red and blue flying at them at a high pace with his speed, his power. I doubt you're paying much attention to what his face looks like.
Yep.
The glasses are part of the disguise of posture, personality, and sometimes little superpowers or tech that help Clark Kent pull it off. Now, up until recent time frames, they didn't really give Superman tech ever. Up until the recent stuff that they've been doing, they needed to find a way to make it easier for Superman to defeat the unbeatable Doomsday, Apocalypse, and also deal with Lex Luthor, who they've been giving extreme tech to. That's questionably powered by kryptonite.
Oh, the Jedi mind tricks. That's what these superheroes use. These are not the droids you're looking for. This is not the superhero I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Power of suggestion goes a long way, a lot further than you'd think of hypnosis. How many times have you bought something that you've seen in advertisements or that's been FOMO'd out to the point where and you buy that because you get the FOMO. You only get the FOMO because of the power of suggestion. Heck, even in advertising, they say, "Don't get the FOMO, buy it now." And even the advertising's like giving you that power of suggestion by using words, looks, and key phrases in order to get you to purchase something. And 662, Clark Kent explains how his disguise works. Not just the glasses, but changing posture, demeanor, and voice. This issue leans hard into how personality makes the disguise. Correct. I agree. 100%.
That makes sense.
That's right.
And great pullout from 1991, by the way. Great Action Comics issue.
So yeah, I mean, look at KJ with his glasses on. He's like a superstar on YouTube, but with his glasses off, and he's just a headed jar on the street. You never know it's him.
Man, well, I have a disguise right now.
Heath was the best, but they are good. They bring something good. Like a lot of Jokers usually bring something good. I think what makes Heath Ledger's Joker one of the best Jokers out there is the amount of time he did building the character and the dedication he put in the character itself. Yeah, he made he made his Joker believable. Where some Jokers are not, but then Jack Nicholson did a great Joker too, but he didn't train and do the same stuff Heath Ledger did.
Right. Also, like the difference between the modern Jokers from Nicholson to Joker.
Right.
So we have the modern Jokers, with the exception of Jared Leto. The modern Jokers, they are real people. They're portrayed like real people. You got your mafia guy, Jack Nicholson, and then you have just some guy who's just crazy and is just really good at being villainous with his Heath Ledger, and then you got like this crazy guy who is obviously suffering from mental disorder in Joker, and which, by the way, in my opinion, is the worst Joker of all times. Not a big fan of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker at all.
I never watched it, so
they could have rebranded it. Nobody would have noticed. It would have been the Joker. Let's just say, but definitely Joaquin Phoenix's Joker has to go on my worst list. But all those Jokers, with the exception of Jared Leto, were like everyday people. They didn't go into the joke as heavily as they did in the 60s and early 80s before DC went dark.
Yeah, and rest in peace, Heath Ledger. I wish the actor would have lived on to fill out the more backstory of Heath Ledger's Joker in the documentaries. Tibalt says, "Oh no, I love that one, but not the second one with Lady Gaga."
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Joker said, "Damn, I totally forgot about Phoenix. It's a forgettable Joker, to be honest."
Yeah, it is.
I heard lots about that Joker when he came out.
Yeah, well, see, at the time when Joaquin Phoenix's Joker came out, there was a lot of talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, mental disorder, and a few others. And DC Comics had, at the time, they were touching on topics that should be more relatable to people. Particularly because they had a CEO who stepped down at that point in time because of mental health. They figured it'd be a great topic to build a storyline off of. And so Joaquin Phoenix's Joker does touch on a very serious topic of mental health. And it just could have been done better. I feel like that movie, they dropped the ball on it, and it could have been done much better.
Well, right. But it also... But also following the storyline, because I read the storyline about it, watched a review about it. It could have been any other movie called The Joker, and the Joker is the premise of the insanity of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Signs was a good movie.
Signs was a good movie.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
maybe Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie should have been done by M. Night Shyamalan too.
Probably.
Well, M. Night Shyamalan's only had like 2 bombs. Like everything else he's done has always been a hit. You know,
Been some form of hit or another. Yep.
yeah, he only had 2 bombs, and those 2 bombs were because they were existing IPs that he took over, and the IP owners wouldn't let him do things that he wanted to do. I mean, look at what I'm not Joaquin Phoenix. What M. Night Shyamalan did with all his movies that turned out to be great. Signs, I See Dead People, whatever that one was, with the kid.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, thank you. And all those movies along that way, The Village, and all those great movies. They had plot twists, and they made you sit on the edge of your chair. And then he went and did Avatar.
Right.
And Nickelodeon wouldn't let him do it the way he wanted to do it based off the animes, the mangas, and they said it'd be too expensive. They wanted to touch on these points. They wanted to change characters around. They wanted to do all this other stuff to hit social political points rather than making a good film. And then they just neutered M. Night Shyamalan, and that was the beginning of M. Night Shyamalan's. Got a couple fails after that, but M. Night Shyamalan could have made much better. Heck, I would even like to see M. Night Shyamalan step into DC and have his whack at the Batman franchise.
Well, can you imagine if he actually did a Deadpool movie? I think he could make that work. Tibalt says he has to go, so see you later, Tibalt.
See you, Tibalt.
Ryan, your idea sounds good, using lobster biscuit doughs for pizza dough, but I think it'd be too crumbly for the pizza. But sounds good. Shyamalan and Ding Dong has had a few bad ones.
Yeah,
Lady in the Water was dumb as hell. The Avatar was unforgivable.
It was unforgivable. Avatar: The Last Airbender was absolutely unforgivable. But that was like the beginning of his major downfall when it came down to started getting stuff. Is when you're able, and this is my opinion, of course, but when you're able to get signed on with the contract, the moment that you start bending to geopolitical, social political, or whatever thought process that doesn't belong in a film. Once you start bending to those and putting those into your film, you're going to bend to other things. You're going to bend to pricing. Okay, we can't do this because they say it's going to be too expensive, but we can get some cheaper artists out there. We can pull in some AI. We can pull in these things that make the animation cheaper, these tools that we really need. Okay, people are going to complain, oh, well, they used AI and didn't pay for an artist. I had somebody complain about that to me the other day. Buy my art.
Wow.
Buy me art and I will use real art. But in the meantime, we're trying to make a great product at a rate that we can afford. We're only given so much by the studio in the form of money. We have to do what the studio wants us to do and hit topics and plot lines that we have to have. We have to have writers that will agree to write this product. I mean, think about it. You just don't go and, okay, we need writers. We're making this movie. A writer's going to put in thoughts that they know what to write. So if you're going to have a certain plot point. So like M. Night Shyamalan, he got neutered in full by the production houses when, especially the big time film production companies.
Hey,
Have a good one, Time Capsule. And hello, Karma. What's up?
Karma. Now, you want to talk about AI art. People want to use the real art. Not everybody can afford the Mona Lisa. I'm just saying.
It's true.
Well,
it's true.
And if you go out and buy a fake copy of the Mona Lisa, that's still not the real art. It's a copy. Just like AI can be a copy.
Well, I mean, what makes it not real art? I mean, something created it. It's a thing. Something prompted it to work, and it looks pretty.
All right.
Exactly.
So me and my boy Scuba Chew, we've been playing with AI. I always play with AI, and everybody knows that I will play with AI. And people people yell at me all the time. I get messages on Discord and I get messages on YouTube. I actually delete comments when people, because I don't care about your negativity, people. Yes, I do delete your comments. Yes, I will delete your comments if you're negative. I choose not to have that in my community, and I get people who comment on some of the stuff that Jesse and I do regarding the AI. We pull out ChatGPT. I'm very blatant about it. I do a lot of Suno music sessions. I do a lot of AI video in my spare time, as we talked about earlier. I made a few cartoons recently, and my boy Scuba Chew just uploaded a cartoon of his character that he used AI. Now, when it comes down to AI, it is a tool to get the product that you need. If you don't have the money, the talent, and the resources to get it done, it is a tool. And if you're not embracing AI, power to you. But if you are embracing AI, even more power to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Because-
thinking of power to you.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Ooh, that was powerful.
That was powerful. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo! Prompt that up. Hit that like button, subscribe, everybody. But we got to get to the shill section for the thrill section. Yes and no. I don't like ending the show. But wife works still, so I got to take care of the wife, and I got to do all that fun stuff. KJ is like, phooey. That's right. But anyways, let's get to the shill section. We're going to start off with Lone Wolf.
All right. Well, same old with me. Watch and like and subscribe kjcowboydan, Hillbilly, and Super Fast Tortoise. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers.
Woo. Alright, sorry. I'm working with a different mouse because I forgot to bring the dongle to my mouse, and it moves all over the place. Alright, let's get to KJ Cowboy Dan.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. KJ Cowboy Dan here. Hoping you're being good heads today out there in Chatland. Well, today, sometime after 4 o'clock, I will be streaming my regular Thursday night routine of Mad Max. And we're going to try to finish off this section of the game that we've been playing today. I think we're getting pretty close to opening up the next part of the map. So we're going to do that today. Also, make sure that you guys get a chance. I know a lot of you guys missed Jessie. She'll be back soon. We may or may not have an episode of Procrastinating Across the Ocean this week. It all depends on if we're able to get Jessie to come out of hiding for a little bit. But if you haven't already done so, please go to Jessie's Discord page or her YouTube page and comment on her stuff. Tell her how much you miss her and encourage her to hustle back home to us because we miss her.
Miss her.
Once again, tonight, sometime after 4 o'clock,
All right.
Mad Max.
Mad Max Fury Road. I'm thinking of mad people, insanity, insane, crazy. Probably should not be uncuffed and out of jail. We got Hillbilly.
Hey, hey, everybody! I'll be around 2 o'clock. I'll be doing another arena stream, and also we'll be looking at some Age of Eternity spoilers. Age of Eternity spoilers will be at the beginning of the show, so if you want to catch up and with those spoilers, make sure you're there on time. You got it, but make sure you also have that bell notification click. That way you know you won't be late to the Hillbilly playing some Magic Arena.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's all I got planned for today.
Today. All right, everybody. It's Super Fast Tortoise here. You can tell my setup's different. I don't have my mic. It's all strange. I don't know. I don't even know the quality of this video, honestly.
Yeah, looking good.
Looking good. Thank you. But for how it is, I'm working with what I got. If I go live tonight, I'll probably be chat and chill kind of thing like this morning. But I want to thank you guys for chilling out, being with us. Don't forget to check out everybody's socials and hit their likes and follows and everything. Yeah. With that, my friends, I want to thank you for stopping by, hanging out, being awesome and amazing. Remember, you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and do something positive for someone else, because you might be the change that need in the world. I'm thinking of positive things. I want to thank you, my channel members, for supporting the channel the way you do. Subscribers for helping us grow and continue growing. And with that, let's get to that sweet, sweet outro.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.